Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we have managed to get Jenson and Jabba here up to speed. They've got a little bit of economy going on. They've got some food coming in. We've got a big old stock of meat here. So we've got like 75 muffalo meat, 39, 75, lots of muffalo meat. Now, before they're fully self-sufficient, we need a way of storing this meat in the longer term. And that means that we're going to have to build some sort of walk-in fridge. Now, to do that, potentially, is going to be quite expensive. We're going to need some sort of steel, generally more resources. So I think today I'm going to try and do some mining, potentially. So if you can have a look at the rocks that are dotted around the place. Oh, is that... that is limestone wall. That's not what I want. Ideally, what I want is some steel walls. If we can find some steel wall just sort of lying around in the game world, then we can take it apart and reclaim it and make it our own. And then we can build ourselves a nice fridge. Which might not sound like the most exciting thing in the world, but the ability to store food for years on end would be fantastic. Simply because it takes one extra little bit of pressure off everything else in the game. So when we get plagues of frogs and lava and explosions and death and raiders, it'll be fine because we'll have some burgers. That's the goal. We'll see if we can do that today. Nah-ha-ha-ha! So over here we have a steel wall. Brilliant. So what we can do, we can mark all of this here for deconstruction. And that means that we can reclaim all of the steel that's in that structure and make it our own, which is fantastic. Let's just reclaim... Oh, no, I have completely and utterly balls that up. Let's try that again. Deconstruct all of the walls, floors. I don't actually know. How do I deconstruct floors? Do I use the same tool? No, I'm sure there's a way to deconstruct floors. Remove floor. Like that. There we go. And that'll pick up the steel from the floors as well. Brilliant. Jabba, will you put some clothes on? You sort of look like a mound of flesh just sitting there hacking away at your meat while terrorism watches you forlornly. Look at... Terrorism is turning his back on you, Jabba, and I can't say I blame him, to be honest. Whereas Jenson is just getting on and manhandling his wood. What in God's name have I created? Just remembered, I've got to claim all of this synth thread, so if we just hit F. Basically that allows these things, if I toggle between this, you see a little red X appears. This allows our colonists to go and pick up and interact with the thing that I've flagged. So they'll go and bring that back, and then we can make some clothes for Jabba. Well, that'd be nice. Tell you what, in fact, Jabba, what are you doing? You're making meat. Nope, you have more important things. You are going to haul synth thread. It's in your own interest, my lad, and more specifically, it's in everybody else's interest. I don't suppose you're a nudist, are you? You're not even a nudist. I'm naked. This is humiliating. Yeah, well, it's not very pleasant for us either, Jabba. Okay, so I've drafted out what's going to be our fridge. Let's just allow time over here. So I'm going to build it out of wood for the time being, and that includes a wooden floor as well. In an ideal world, I would make the floor out of sterile tiles, and they need both steel and silver, but we don't have a vast amount of steel. Obviously we have a vast amount of silver because we are international playboys here, but I'm not sure that I really want to spend all of my wealth on the floor of a fridge. That sort of feels a bit crap. Obviously, in my intro I've also horribly overlooked one really important fact. If we're going to have a fridge, we're going to need power as well. So we actually need to build ourselves a room as well to handle all sorts of power generation needs. What's the best way to do that? I know, let's put down... We're going to go with solar generators. Bloody hell, they're massive! Oh, there's an escape pod! No time for power, there's an escape pod. You've detected an escape pod crashing hard nearby. If anyone survived the impact, they'll be badly wounded. And also, the fact that they're by a cougar probably isn't going to help matters. Bam! There they are. And... Agera! Ooh, hello. You are a servant. That's interesting. You see, what I think every Playboy paradise needs are servants waiting on you hand and foot. This is clearly a message from the gods. So Agera, you are brilliant at cooking and medicine. You're a hard worker and you're incapable of intellectual. You were a frightened child who became a house servant. I'm sorry, but you sound perfect, my dear. So, however, she will not want to join me into a life of indoctrinated slavery, and who can blame her? So, rather than just taking her back and healing her, which we're going to do, we need to take her back and imprison her. Which means we need a place to imprison her, which means Jabba is going to be very unhappy. because I'm going to have to mark his bed as 4 prisoners. Sorry, Jabba. Right, where's the prisoner? Where's the prisoner? Where's the prisoner? There she is. Jabba, capture Agera. Okay, while we're off capturing Agera, I'm going to build another bed quickly for Jabba as well. Because the last thing I want, if I've got a new prisoner... Am I out of wood? I'm actually out of wood. Bollocks. Okay, I have to make it out of steel, I suppose. Yeah, the last thing I want is Jabba flipping out while I'm gone, because we don't have enough in the way of beds for him to sleep in. Now, putting one here is hardly ideal, but giving him a bed at all is infinitely better than the alternatives. So Jenson, I know you're eating. I'll just wait for you to finish eating. There we go. Jenson, I want you to build me that steel bed quickly so that Jabba has somewhere to sleep tonight. That's a good lad. Bum, 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 bum. Thank you very much. Satona. Jabba. Lovely. Welcome! Welcome, Agera. You are now my prisoner. How injured are you? You have a cut and a scratch to your torso and a scratch to your head with some tiny bit of blood. But you have a cracked spine. Well, I'll be honest, that might make you a slightly less efficient servant than I was really hoping. But we can do something about that. Jabba has, of course, gone to sleep. Bugger. We can attempt to heal you up. So, who is better at medicine? Jabba has 4 in medicine. Jenson has 8. Jenson, I am apparently a reasonably decent doctor. So I think I should be on my way back from, where am I at the moment, dismantling the floor miles away. I'm resting. Okay, well that's... So in fact you walked all the way over there, did nothing, and now you're going to bed. Well, fine. Before you go to bed, Jenson, I really want you to prioritise treating Agera. We need to at least stop the bleeding. It's in your long-term interest, Jenson. You've got to bear in mind, without someone to wait on you hand and foot, what sort of playboy will you really be? If you think about it, the fact that Jenson is tending on Agera like this shows his human side. It means he's a nice person. He's the slaver in the film with the secret heart of gold, you know, who helps all the slaves, who promises them freedom one day, maybe, you never know. He's not actually the slaving bastard that he appears to be, so just remember that, you know, for the remainder of this series. And also just remember that however indignities, whatever we make Agera do, she likes it, okay? Don't stamp your template onto her. Just because you wouldn't like to be a slave doesn't mean she won't love every second. Or so I will be telling myself. Oh, I've just noticed I don't have anywhere for terrorism to sleep. Now that's a strange sentence. Let's make an animal sleeping box out of silver, because I like my pooch. She's nice. Oh no, actually, a small box for animals to sleep in. If it's smaller animals. Small dogs. Is he a small... I'm not convinced he's a small dog. If you hold it over him, he doesn't look much like a small dog, does he? Let's build a sleeping spot there by the door, so he can guard us. In fact, he's not going to use it, is he? Because if you look, there is a sleeping box there as well, and he ain't using that already. So let's deconstruct that. Oh, that's blessed. So he's just happy sleeping at the end of our bed. That's really cute. Of course, it does mean that if I wake up in the night, I'll see terrorism. But that's the world we live in. I think Agera is some sort of mutant. So I was just checking out her health, and either I am the best doctor in the world, or her bones are made of some sort of adamantium, because her cracked spine has healed overnight. She's already well on the road to recovery. How fantastic is that? In terms of a prisoner, we apparently have 51% recruitment difficulty. So she is a prisoner. She is currently shackled to that bed. If we change her option to chat and recruit, then when Jabba and Jenson go in there to feed her, they'll just have a casual chat about how fantastic it would be to be a servant, things like that. Not world. If you look, let's make them both able to be wardens, so they'll both go and have a chat with her, and then hopefully eventually she'll see the benefits of joining our glamorous colony, and then she can be our cook, and then Jabba can take up his rightful role as the man who eats. Oh god, it was a slaughter over here. Look at all the blood! The blood is still there, a terrible testament to my dark deeds. Oh, news. We have a heat wave. An unusual heat wave has begun. Watch out for heat stroke. So how warm is it outside? It says in the bottom right, it is 29 degrees C outside. And in the base currently, it's a little bit cooler, 25 degrees C. Well, I suppose if it's... Oh god, look, the heat is increasing outside. Already up to 31, that's 2 degrees in less than an hour. That's getting quite warm now. And, you know, and if you're the size of Jabba, you're really going to feel that under all your sort of excess padding. Meanwhile, Jenson is off deconstructing, accumulating as much steel as he can. Oh, look over here. We have some compacted machinery and some compacted steel. Groovy. Okay, so we can go mine that rock over there later on as well when we start. And oh, in fact, look at this. I missed this. All of this here is steel. Beautiful. So we can mine that, and then we can make ourselves some sort of steel pleasure palace down on the beach. Awesome. It's now 43, 44, in fact, degrees C outside. That is warm. That is twice the temperature of England where I'm recording this right now. Jabba's face is basked with sweat. He isn't currently complaining about the heat. No, he is. He is hot. I'm sweating. I'm not surprised you're sweating. In fact, he's now very hot. He's really overheated. And naked. Oh, in fact, so he became overheated as soon as he went outside. Oh, bloody hell. So indoors it's 35 degrees C. That's almost unbearable. And if you look, the closed corridor is even warmer, 37. Yeesh, this is not going to be good. How long is this heat wave expected to last? It doesn't say. But, you know, it'll be night soon, so hopefully it'll be a bit cooler at night. Progress of a sort. Our refrigerator room at least is complete. Of course, we have no way to power it, so we're going to have to build another room there as well, which is less than ideal. And we still have no wood. We seem to be in some sort of wood crisis, which is a bit crap. Jabba, what are you doing? Jabba, you are at least harvesting trees. Good man. You're a good man. So we can soon, hopefully, once I've got some wood, rough out what's going to have to be. Where's our power? Okay, let's rough out where we want our solar generators to go. I think, I'll tell you what, I can build a big outdoor area along here. I think that's a nice idea. So let's put 2 solar generators, which really should be plenty, if not too many. And we can wrap a nice wall around that. Just sort of for security. Now this is all going to be outside, so that top piece there, and with the room for another solar generator there, is going to be outdoors so that the sun can, you know, shine down on them. And this here is going to be indoors. I've learnt this lesson before. And in the indoor bit, we'll have the batteries and all the stuff that we don't want it to piss down with rain on. You see, I've thought this through. It's all gone down at once. I was in fast forward time because I thought, you know, everyone's asleep, nothing's happening. Suddenly, we've got an eclipse. Ooh. Okay, I don't think that's going to have too much of an effect. We have visitors. Oh, Mother's coming back again. Oh, bloody hell, and she's brought friends. So we've got Bunchy, Everly, Mad Dog, Vashon, presumably, Stanton, Sleepy, Smelly. Are they dwarfs? Zeef and Whitman. Whitman sounds like a sergeant. I don't know if he's a bush. No, he's an oath. Awesome. Okay. How are we with Mother's Village? Okay, Mother's Village are okay with us. Right. It's just there's a lot of them, and they appear to be carrying, yeah, shivs and a pump shotgun. Bloody hell. So this is a much more serious visit this time. And relationship. Oh, Town Guard Mad Dog is the brother of Jabba. So Jabba's presumably left their village to come to join us. Well, that's interesting. Okay, well, we can probably use that to our advantage. So let's have a look at Jabba. Jabba does have a little bit of social, more than Jenson anyway. So we can send Jabba out, and presumably he'll get on with these people because he's met them before. Cool, so our solar generator has now been complete. We're making progress. Jabba, it's your time to talk to Smelly. Jabba and Smelly, it's a meeting of minds. Go trade with Smelly. What does Smelly have that we want? Fuck all. Oh, they're selling a superior sniper rifle, which we can't afford, but I don't... Do I really want a superior sniper rifle? Probably not. I mean, I don't really have a sniper's tower or anything particularly... we could buy a Masterworks short bow. Simple meals. We're doing okay for meals at the minute. So actually, this big trade delegation, we can ignore completely. Sorry, Smelly, but your goods stink. Look at this. Jabba trying to make friends with Agera. He's literally following her around the cell, going, "Shall we be friends?" Oh. And then she just walks away and turns her back on him. "Shall we be friends?" No. Apparently not. Need batteries. Yes. Oh, God, yes, of course. Sorry. I didn't expect them to actually finish the solar generators so fast. I don't really want to build batteries until they've finished off the wall. What are you doing, Jenson? You better be cutting wood. You're relaxing socially by yourself. Wow, it's like a living mirror, this game. Okay, well, you go out and cut trees at 10 o'clock at night. Or, no, 10 o'clock at night? No, it's not. 10 o'clock in the morning. It's the bloody eclipse. How long is this eclipse? How would the planets have to be aligned to make an eclipse this long? Presumably the sun would have to be very far away, so it would take longer for it to pass behind the moon. Or a planet would have to be really big if it was the sun going... Oh, I don't know. If you know how eclipses work, by all means, make a note in the comments section below. Damn. Jenson has heat stroke. This is a disaster. So, I had a quick look at Jenson's needs because he was in a poor mood. And look, he is extremely hot and in a moderate amount of pain. And that's because he's been out cutting trees and stuff, and he has heat stroke. It is dark outside, but it is 51 degrees centigrade. 51! I mean, fuck! 51 degrees centigrade is horrible. And he's literally been out there basking in the heat, planting crops like a mug. Oh, you're insane, Jenson. Right, okay. We need an emergency new plan at this point. We have power. We can wire that up directly to some sort of cooling apparatus. Yes, I don't see that we all have an awful lot of choice. So, let's put that... I don't mind if we heat that up. So let's put that there like that. So we'll have some cooling. We're going to have to absolutely... need materials. What materials do you need? Steel and 3 components. Do we not have enough steel? We have 61 steel, and we must have some components. Are you complaining? Okay, so this is a bit weird. I'm having to send Jabba with urgent priority to deconstruct a steel wall left by our precursor ancestors so that I can build some sort of cooling apparatus so that Jenson doesn't continue to have heat stroke so that we don't die and lose the game. Okay, everyone got that? Great, let's continue. Oh, no, it's all gone wrong. Jenson has collapsed. He's dropped his pistol by the prisoner. In fact, he's dropped his bolt-action charge rifle by the prisoner. Bollocks. Right, damn, this is so bad. Right, Jabba, as a matter of urgency, you need to race in there and rescue Jenson. He's collapsed from heat stroke. Agera is eyeing up the pistol. Do not throw off your shackles of slavery. This would be a very bad... Don't sit on his head! Don't sit on his head! Okay, it's fine. We rescued him from that ungodly fate. Jabba is very slowly carrying Jenson through, but in fairness... Oh no, Jabba also has serious heat stroke. This is horrible. When will this heat wave end? It's been going for 1 day and 4 hours. Right, we need to pick up the charge rifle. Jabba, you need to prioritize hauling the charge rifle. Like that. Put that in there so that she can't have it. Then I need you to prioritize... Oh, we can't treat Jenson. Oh no, this is horrible. So there's no treatment for heat stroke other than hope. This might actually be the end of my paradise. It's too hot to handle. And other such heat-based jokes. It gets weirder. Oh no. I just ordered Jabba to go mine the compacted steel, and the thing I dreaded has happened. Jabba has also collapsed from heat stroke. So just to recap, we have Jenson, who is apparently he is unconscious in bed, and we have Jabba, who is downed because he's also unconscious because he has extreme heat stroke. And just to put it in perspective, where Jabba is lying outside, it is 52 degrees centigrade at 8 o'clock at night during an eclipse. I'm just fast forwarding time. There's nothing I can do. Until it cools down, they'll either get worse or get better. They're both down. It's a double down of epic proportions. Bugger. Okay. There's a mental break day. Oh my god. Terrorism. Oh no, Jenson! Jenson has died because of heat stroke. Oh, for fuck's sake. And even worse, terrorism has now had a mental breakdown. So terrorism is in a state of psychotic wandering. Jabba is overheating himself to death outside, surrounded by food, which is at least the way he would want to go. And Agera also has serious heat stroke, is in bed, and is also soon going to starve to death because she's handcuffed in her room with no one to feed her. I just... This is a disaster. This is an absolute bloody disaster. This was supposed to be a series. Well, maybe it could be a series of disasters, because... Oh, right. Well, let's carry on, and you never know, Jabba might survive. I feel invested enough in Jabba at this point to to continue if he does somehow manage to live. But it's 42 degrees outside. It's getting cooler! It's getting cooler! I've been watching it outside. It's down to 38 degrees outside. So if you accelerate time, 37, 36, 35, 34, we might make it. Jabba might make it through this alive. He has extreme heat stroke. He's in severe pain and he's been unconscious outside in the wilderness for 24 hours. But it is finally cooling down. Cargo pods. And they have dropped off some chocolate! This might be the perfect thing we need! Chocolate! Jabba, there's chocolate! You have a reason to live! Come on, Jabba. Come on, my friend. I take it all back. It's all fine. All you need to do is just survive a couple more hours as the temperature slowly drops. We're down to it just being a hot day now. Come on, Jabba. Come on, old pal. Old buddy, old pal. The place won't be the same without you. You know, the fact that I need you to go and bury me is sort of beside the point. Come on. It's getting hotter. It's getting hotter. It's the heat of the day. Even though it's cooler than yesterday, Jabba has exhaustion. He is starving. He has a severe illness. We know he's dying of heat stroke. There is nothing I can do. There is literally nothing I can do. Either another colonist will come along, which will help me rescue Jabba, or we're going to have to watch him slowly starve and dehydrate himself to death outside. Oh, God. I don't like it. I don't like it. Come on, Jabba. Come on. It's getting cooler. You just have to make it through to nightfall. You can do this, my friend. Tonight it's going to be cooler. And your heat stroke will slowly, maybe, touch wood, start to recede. Come on, Jabba. You can do this for me. He's alive! Jabba's alive! He's waiting in safe temperature. Oh, my goodness. It's slightly cooler outside, so he's finally come round. Jabba is alive. He has serious heat stroke, and he has trivial malnutrition, but that's... There we go. Jabba, eat that now. Eat that, eat that, eat that. Don't go to the table. Oh, okay, you can go inside if you really want, but it's warm. If you go inside to eat and collapse, Jabba, I'm going to be really, really unimpressed with you. Look at that. Look at Jenson there, in his bed. This is disastrous. Oh, and Agara's come round as well. Oh, God. So the only person in the end who died was me, was Jenson Blake. Jabba's finally made his way back to bed for, let's face it, a well-earned sleep. Oh, God. That was simply horrible.